What's up, everybody? Yeah, come on in. What's up, Margie? What's up, Patrick? Do a little group sharing here. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, come on in. We'll get started in a second. Yeah, come on in. We'll give him another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. Alright. Let's begin. Let's go and get it in. Let's go get it in. They'll come in when they come in, y'all. Now, this is another soul lecture, which I'm going to call this series the Soul Wisdom series. We just talking about the soul, that divine spark, that divine intelligence inside of you. So, of course, what is soul? Soul is immortal consciousness, bare minimum, immortal intelligence. You see what I'm saying? That immortal technique. You see what I'm saying? That immortal wisdom, that immortal will that lives inside of you, that immortal personality that you have. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what soul is. Where did it come from? You know, what did the soul originate from? Well, as we well know, the source of all, you know, or just as the ancient Egyptians called it, the all, when those primordial, which are nothing but all the primordial forces in existence, working as one single celestial entity or intelligence, right? So when those primordial forces became aware of themselves in their way, they wanted to become more. It wanted to become. How about that? It wanted to become more of a creator than it already was. So, at the behest of the grand desire, the original desire of this all intelligence, this source intelligence, these myriad or a lot of divine sparks start to self-generate or self-will themselves into existence. And this is the birth of soul. But although souls have been in existence and have no beginning, no end, this is just give you your mind an idea. You see what I'm saying? The birth or the materialization of soul or immortal consciousness in that way. And so when individual divine sparks came into existence, now the primordial forces of the all, or the source as we know it, begin to say, all right, let's go forth and create. And so then begin the production or project of creating creation. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was all about. And they did this by starting with the quantum world and working their way on up to the macrocosm. So there y'all go. There y'all go. That's what soul is. That's what soul comes from. Now, let's take it a step further today. What is a soul's wavelength? Now, there's a popular anime out there on Netflix that actually called Soul Eater. Now, they talk about the concept of soul wavelength, and they give you a definition of this soul wavelength. You see what I'm saying? So let's see what they got to say. Let's see what they got to say here. It says that the soul wavelength is the sound or rhythm of one's soul. You see what I'm saying? It is the part of the soul which is invisible to both the naked eye and that of the soul perception visually, though it can be sensed. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So they tell you right there, it is pretty much your soul song. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Davina? What's up, Tierica? You see what I'm saying? It is basically your soul song, the musical side of you, vibrations and rhythms harmonizing together to produce this particular internal music inside of you. That's why when you walk around, you always got a beat in your head. You always got music in your mind. You always ask ask yourself, where did it come from? It's song magic that's being produced from your soul. You see what I'm saying? And that song magic can be taken a step further when you look at how the songs in your head relate to what's going on in your life at the time. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Antonio? So definitely. So when you look at it like that, when you look at the song, and what is a song? You see what I'm saying? When you look at the music in your head and it's related to you at this particular time, and what you're going through at that particular time, I mean, you know, you like, okay, that's cool. But what is this song? What is a song? It is a song is the articulation of the musical forces inside of you. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why musicians write songs. They articulate those musical energies inside of them into an organized musical. You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? And they even have a dialogue for what they call the song. They call the dialogue or the language of music lyrics. You see what I'm saying? Lyrics. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Or lyre. Lyre in Greek mythology was a particular musical instrument. You see what I'm saying? Which is where the word came from. So, you know, when you're dealing with this song inside of you, this music, now, what can you do with it? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because what's so special about it? I'm going to tell y'all this. Consciousness is musical. So since consciousness is musical, then you can harness that music inside of you and start to develop your own rhythm in any aspect of your life. If it's martial arts, we call it rhythmic survival. You see what I'm saying? Learn to harness the rhythm of your soul in your body to protect yourself during the fight by listening to the beat of your mind and the flow of life to protect yourself and to defend yourself and get yourself out of that situation. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? In dance, it's just simply called the rhythm of the beat. You see what I'm saying? Dancing to the rhythm of the beat. You see what I'm saying? You listen to the music, you're dancing, you're flowing, you're moving. You see what I'm saying? You're moving, you having that moment. So that rhythmic moment. You see what I'm saying? Or even in art. Even in art class, you listen to the music of your stroke, and this stroke does what? Produce an image. Or if you a butcher in a meat market, you chopping the meat up. You see what I'm saying? And what that chop has a rhythm to it. You see what I'm saying? And you listen to this rhythm every day until you master that rhythm. And then what? Once you master this rhythm, it becomes it gets encoded into your God mind or mastermind. You see what I'm saying? And you do it in a trance now. Most of y'all who do what y'all do every day or skilled at what y'all do every day, y'all do it in a trance once y'all master it because it's second nature to you now. Because it's programmed into you. That's what this rhythm is. That's what this harmony is, this vibration is, this soul wavelength is. You see what I'm saying? When you learn to master your song inside of you, when you learn to master that, when you learn to dance to that, when you learn to when you learn to shuck and jug, shuck and jive, shuck and truck, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Move and vibe to it. Then you begin to master this energy in your body. You see what I'm saying? So now, that's what I mean by, I used to tell y'all we got physical soul and magical soul. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Magical soul is you using that musical instrument inside of you, that divine musical instrument inside of you, call your soul wavelength, to produce spells and programs and alter your reality with your musical energies. You see what I'm saying? Your muses, as they're also called. Now, you also got physical soul where you can use that energy in your body with the dance arts, or any art, physical art there is, martial arts, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So definitely, what's up, Alexis? So definitely, that's what it is. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now, since consciousness is musical, and according to the law of correspondence, as the universe, so your soul. So if your soul consciousness is musical, then that means the universe is musical. And that means that when you master the song in your soul, by default, you master the song of the universe. You see what I'm saying? The divine song. You see what I'm saying? And when you learn to master the divine song of the universe and your soul, then you seem to flow through life. You see what I'm saying? To the rhythm of your own beat. You see what I'm saying? I watched a movie long ago. It was called Ink. I-N-K. Ink. It used to be on Netflix, but you know, if you can get a copy of it, get it. And there was a dude, it was a blind dude in the movie, and this blind dude, they was talking shit about him because, he kind of just an asshole. But what he could do was, he was blind to the physical world, but he could hear the rhythm of the universe. And so he created a series of events to stop old buddy who was fucking up in the physical, slow him down so he could think. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So definitely. So definitely, you listen to this song inside of you. You see what I'm saying? This vibration. You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. Keith David said it the best. Listen to what he got to say here. In the movie The Fifth Commandment, he said it probably better than anybody I've heard say it ever. Let me see here. Fifth Commandment. He played jazz man.
Welcome to Purgatory. Think you can fight? Damn right. Alright. Kick my ass. flow. Find your rhythm, and you'll be unstoppable.
There you go. He said it best himself. I mean, damn, can't get no better than that. Which is literally the hashtag for this video. Find your rhythm and you will be unstoppable. What does he mean by that? When you learn to master your rhythm and soul, you see what I'm saying? Rhythm and soul, R and S around here. When you learn to master that rhythm and soul inside you, then you become the master of your own vibrations. And that's literally the Hermetic law, the law of vibration, which states that everything vibrates. So if everything vibrates and the universe vibrates, and you master your vibration, that means everything in the universe responds to your vibration, your wavelength, your soul's wavelength. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Colleen? What's up, Audrey? So there you go, Audrey. Before there was light, there was sound. There you go. You see what I'm saying? And sound came from vibration, and vibration came from the universal chant of Om. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? So everything in the universe vibrates. You see what I'm saying? Everything has that musical undertone and even overtone to it. You see what I'm saying? That's why this is a very powerful aspect of yourself to master. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And what's going on here is when you master this and you go into the world and people feel you. You know that, right? When you master that soul song inside of you, when you master that soul wavelength inside of you, people feel you. And they want to be around you. They're attracted to you. Because they feel that music coming out of you. And it ain't chaotic. Because, you know, if you listen to out of sync music or bad music, it's what? It's chaotic. It's destructive. It's fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Like you hearing this ghoul rap these days. It's fucked up. But when you listen to that fire shit, that shit that got some soul to it, some kick to it, some fire to it, some ether to it, you loving it. That cannabis, that K-Reno, that Ciroc, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That fire, that ether. You see what I'm saying? Spitting that verbal, that verbal energy. Most boxers even used to, why they were so good in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, because they listened to music. That soul music, you see what I'm saying? That was coming out at the time, and they sync their movements up to the music, and just close their eyes and dance to it. You see what I'm saying? And get that synergy. You see what I'm saying? Syncing the outer music with their inner music. Even there was an old movie that came out a long time ago. Well, it ain't a long time ago. Said the turn of the century with Kel Mitchell. He made the movie Dance Fu, if y'all remember that. And Kel always got his ass kicked until he listened to music. You see what I'm saying? Then all the kung fu came out of him. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the movie, he was getting his ass kicked because there was no music around. So he had to learn to tune into his own soul wavelength, his own soul song, his own internal musical. And that's when he awoke in the full ability, because he could hear the song inside of him now. And he was whooping ass after that. You see what I'm saying? This is what we talking about, that dance food. You see what I'm saying? That rhythm of the ages, that rhythm of the universe that we all have inside of us, because the soul created the universe. Don't get it twisted. The universe didn't create the soul created the universe. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Definitely. Now, what does the soul wavelength look like? In the anime, just give y'all some visuals. In the anime, Soul Eater, they give you examples of what it looks like. And it looks like this. You see what I'm saying? Let me see, can I turn that brightness down a little bit for y'all, so y'all can see it better? Okay, that's too dark. About 37, that's good enough. There you go. See, the soul, you see what I'm saying? It's soul personified out of him, which is why I love the anime Soul Eater. It's some fire shit. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Diana? What's up, Sandra? You see what I'm saying? And if you can see it closely, but you'll see it anyway in the anime, he got like symbols and shit on and printed on his soul, which represent his personality. You see what I'm saying? You know, the combination of what he's went through in his life. You see what I'm saying? Here's another example of souls. You see what I'm saying? The soul wavelength. You know, just them projecting their souls out of them. Very powerful anime. And they even showed you some of this anime. They showed you there was a gang of dudes in the anime eating souls. You see what I'm saying? Which they they were archons feeding on your light. You see what I'm saying? Your shine, your divinity. So just they put this shit everywhere. You see what I'm saying? They put it everywhere. Best believe what it is. You see what I'm saying? Best believe that this soul power, this soul, this muses. You see what I'm saying? Is what it's all about. Now that leads us to Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant. What was that about? You see what I'm saying? Now, if y'all know, Kobe is a Virgo, so he the virgin father. You see what I'm saying? So it automatically make his daughter, Gianna, the virgin daughter. You see what I'm saying? And what's interesting here is she was a Taurus, with still Earth energy. So that connection is there. And he was a Virgo Leo because he was born on the cusp. So he also had fire as well, which they tell you they trying to stop the Phoenix rising. You see what I'm saying? They came to me Sunday, and they were trapped in this time prison. It was a place of pure darkness, but it was a time prison for their souls. And I helped free them by reminding them that they souls first, and by the second. You know, had them close their eyes and remember who they were. When they transmuted back into their divine sparks, they returned back to the primordial. The next day, you know, yesterday, they came to me and they were like in their true forms, and they were like blue leopard gods. You see what I'm saying? And goddesses. You see what I'm saying? And they had discharged a wave of electromagnetic force down on this planet. And they told me it's gonna be hell to pay for the shit that they're doing to the elder gods and goddesses of this planet, or the black man and woman on this planet. And so, because whatever they do to us, it actually trickles down to the rest of the people on the planet. So when they make us suffer, because we the elder gods and the original people of the planet, then it makes them suffer. And they don't even know that. You see what I'm saying? But we already know that these beings are not from this planet. You see what I'm saying? The cabal. You see what I'm saying? These elite beings, these archons are not from this planet. Because Earth is the primordial heart. Black goddesses created this long ago. You see what I'm saying? This is a timeless plane. You see what I'm saying? And that's why Mother Earth is waking up and rising up and coming out of this fucking material world ruled by Yaldabaoth and his archonic means. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So there you go. What's up, Blake? What's up, Rena? What's up, Desiree? So yeah. Definitely. That's what's going on with the Kobe Bryant. They always killing them in helicopters now, if y'all notice, or planes and shit. You know, and what does the plane represent? The macabre. You see what I'm saying? And the ritual is you seeing them blow it up in the sky and falling to the ground is representation of the frequency falling back to the third dimension. Pay attention here. You see what I'm saying? And they did it in the Aquarian energy because the Aquarian moon unleashed some powerful energies onto the planet. That Aquarian rising energy that they trying to stop because consciousness is musical. So the mass consciousness is starting to find themselves. They starting to get back in tune with their soul wavelengths, their vibrations, their music. Their inner muses. You see what I'm saying? And they start to dance again. They starting to feel themselves again. They starting to create again and be who they truly were again. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Kim? So they had to slow this shit down with a death like Kobe, which would affect the world because Kobe was loved all across the planet. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How many people used to walk around and be like, Kobe? You see what I'm saying? And then his daughter, Gianna, if you ever seen her play basketball, that energy was transferred directly to her. You see what I'm saying? And she was the second daughter. Number 2, duality, feminine and masculine energy. It is a pure ritual, pure time prison. It was a time spell. They trying to buy time. They trying to slow the mass consciousness of the planet down with their Schumann resonance. Their Schumann resonance is literally a program designed to track the soul wavelengths of the people. So literally, they're tracking the mass consciousness on the planet, which is our vibrations, which is our music. You see what I'm saying? And they're trying to slow that music down because when music get good enough, when it get great enough, it creates what? An explosion. And everybody receive that energy and starts to want to get up and dance as well. You see what I'm saying? Dance to the rhythm of life once again. So this is what they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop this Aquarian rising, which automatically translates to the Phoenix rising out of the ashes and regaining our full consciousness and God powers and God-like statuses. You see what I'm saying? They're definitely doing this. You see what I'm saying? This is definitely what they're trying to stop, the Phoenix rising. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing here with Kobe and fucking Gianna. You see what I'm saying? The Bryants. You see what I'm saying? Both were powerful. Cause she was just like father like daughter in this case. She could play just like him, probably even better on some levels. You see what I'm saying? Cause he taught her everything he knew. And she was a powerful star seed who was about to run amok on this planet once she hit about 16 or 17. You see what I'm saying? But they sacrificed them because they couldn't let them just be free with all their power, and more importantly, they had to stop this rise. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way they could do it, is to kill different guys. They've been killing celebrities a lot for the last 5 years. Y'all know that, right? Since about 5 or 6 years, they've been murking celebrities. I'm talking about Prince. Muhammad Ali passed on. They killed Nipsey Hussle. They killed now they killed Kobe. You see what I'm saying? They killing motherfuckers left and right here. You see what I'm saying? But they killed the wrong beings this time, because those are blue leopard guys who are some of the original beings on this planet way back when. You see what I'm saying? Before there was a record of what you know as Earth as we know it today. You see what I'm saying? Talking about millions upon billions of years ago, when Earth was still in the primordial stages of existence. You see what I'm saying? Blue leopard guys and goddesses. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with the COVID situation. I definitely want to touch on that. You see what I'm saying? The Virgo, Leo, and the Taurus. You see what I'm saying? Earth energy. They trying to ground their time prison back onto you. You see what I'm saying? They trying to lock you back in time, because that's the only thing they got over you. And I always tell y'all, Ophiuchus is what? Ophiuchus is what? The time prison. You see what I'm saying? The serpent holder of your kundalini, which is trapped in time. You see what I'm saying? Trapped in the third dimensional matrix, which third dimension or third distance is nothing but time. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing here, y'all. Trying to keep y'all locked down. Trying to keep y'all from dancing to y'all music. From finding y'all rhythm again. So you can be unstoppable. Because y'all finds their rhythm and soul on this planet is unfucking stoppable. And they know this. They know this. You see what I'm saying? So they trying to definitely get you away from that. They become the goat. They become monsters, as we said, in the community. You see what I'm saying? So definitely learn to tap into your soul wavelength. Yeah, what is a wavelength? This here, y'all see it all the time. That's a wavelength. It's just that's what it looks like on a computer. It looks like the serpent in motion. Your serpent energy in motion. It moves in a snake-like fashion. That's what a wavelength is. It is literally the wave moving in a continuous flow of energy down a particular path into infinity. You see what I'm saying? And beyond. That's what Buzz Lightyear used to say. You see what I'm saying? Definitely. Now, you got frequency, which is the intensity of your wavelength. How intense is your wavelength is. You see what I'm saying? Like when I showed you the pictures of these beings, let me show you. You see what I'm saying? When they project their soul wavelengths out, what? You can literally pick up on the intensity of them. You see what I'm saying? Because their wavelength is just that strong. You see what I'm saying? That's what the frequency represents. And then you got volume, which is how loud, how loud your frequency is. You see what I'm saying? Or how silent it is if you mask it. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And keep yourself small amongst the people. You know, but you got a silent smile on your face because you know you're a master of the universe. Just walking amongst the people, doing what you need to do in silence. You see what I'm saying? Because silence is always the first sound. You see what I'm saying? The original sound of Om. Before there was an Om, there was silence. You see what I'm saying? That was the original sound. You see what I'm saying? The original music. You see what I'm saying? In silence, you find all forms of vibrations. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why when you meditate, they tell you to be what? Be silent. Then they tell you to do what? To listen. Then once you listen, what happens? You start to pick up on what? Vibrations. Then what happens when you start to pick up on those vibrations? You start to rhythmically get in tune with those vibrations, and those vibrations can produce impressions, imagery. It can produce feelings. It can produce sounds. You see what I'm saying? It can produce, or you can literally produce the whole world with your imagination. An image is nothing but sound and light and melanin. Yeah, I know that, right? Right. Sound, light, and melanin. You know, the melanin is the dark screen, the dark space in your mind, what you see when you first close your eyes. The image is light and sound, like they tell you. Which brings me to my next point. You see what I'm saying? I want to go back to Bad Boys 3 movie. You see what I'm saying? With Martin in the church. Now, they show you this a lot, you know, this Christian metaphysics. You see what I'm saying? They show you this a lot. Martin in the church. What's that about? And he wearing a cross. So they telling you right there, he's El Cristo Negro. You see what I'm saying? The crucified one. You see what I'm saying? So movies are cinematics. Now, cymatics, or should I say, sign in math is a mathematical term which measures angles. So it's literally, so cymatics, because matics just mean the practice of, cymatics or cinematics is the practice of manipulating angles of light. You see what I'm saying? So when you go to the movie theater, they are using light and sound and projecting those angles into your mind while you're in that dark space, which is melanin. You see what I'm saying? And you are receiving images into your subconscious mind, and they're trying to, you know, talk to you or speak to you. You see what I'm saying? Through this particular science. That's why there's a movie come out every week, because they know you're gonna go to the movies at some point. You see what I'm saying? So I need to drop this science that y'all know what movies are. Cymatics. You see what I'm saying? The practice of manipulating angles of light. You see what I'm saying? Or angels. You see what I'm saying? Being sent into this subconscious mind, which is where your inner deity lays. You see what I'm saying? Your inner deity, your underworld, where your inner deity resides, chilling, and they send you these images to negotiate, to suppress, to fucking to enlighten, to enhance, whatever they're trying to do with it. You see what I'm saying? Whatever their agenda is, art of war tactics, whatever they doing with the cinematics, that's what they're doing. It's the art of talking to your subconscious and even sometimes unconscious mind. Like they showed you in the movie Inception, when they went into limbo, the unconscious mind. Now they talking to your unconscious mind and showing you what you really are, which is a true and living God creator. You see what I'm saying? They showing you what you really are, a divine creator. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So definitely, that's what cinematics is. So, what you got going on here? You got Martin in the church praying for Will Smith, right? See what I'm saying? Another Martin is short for Mars, which is war god energy. Will, his name was Mike Larry or Michael, which is Saint Michael, and another war god. See what I'm saying? So they both war gods. You see what I'm saying? So they show you the scene where he in the church. Now, the MK Ultra here is, you think that he's in a physical church. No, this is a movie, a visual grimoire. He's in his church. You see what I'm saying? His temple. You see what I'm saying? Because the body is the temple. It's the church. You see what I'm saying? And what is he doing? Praying to who? Jesus Christ. Who is Jesus Christ? His soul. The crucified one. That's trapped in this physical body that's being fed on by these archons. This is why it's the crucified one. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And the Christian metaphysics go deep. The whole fucking church scene is nothing but pure metaphysics. What? The pastor is what? Your higher self. You see what I'm saying? The congregation is your internal forces. The choir is your muses. You see what I'm saying? your musical forces of creativity and your internal musical forces of creativity and inspiration. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Even the windows, you see what I'm saying? Even the windows, to the soul. So they represent your ability to see with your first eye. You know what I'm saying? Your first sight. So they definitely telling you where it is. So the sanctuary that you walk into is your own mind. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And what is the scene? The scene itself is your imagination. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Definitely what's going on here. Definitely that Christian metaphysics definitely need to be fucking broken down. And prayer, which is a sacred chant or dialogue with your soul. That's what the prayer represents. It's a sacred chant or dialogue with your soul. Your own internal God self, divine consciousness, immortal consciousness. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So definitely, that's what's going on here with this Jesus Christ energy, this Christian energy. So definitely, that's what's happening here. So they showing you this church scene, making you think that he's going to a physical church, but you never see him in the physical church. You just see him already in the physical church. So in these movies, they showing you that you're in your own body, which is the church, the temple, and on the altar, which when he look up on the altar, what do you see? A big ass image of Jesus Christ, which is his soul, the crucified one. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's always a window where Jesus Christ is. Why? That's your ability to perceive spiritually with your first eye, because eyes are windows to the soul. So they represent your spiritual sight. You see what I'm saying? So you are seeing and talking to your own soul inside. That's what the Christian metaphysics represent. And it's the same for mosques and fucking monasteries and all those other places across the planet where you could go to places of worship. The physical churches in the physical world is a setup, because they know they put it in movies, you're going to get inspired to go do it yourself on the physical plane. But since they set up physical churches, you think that you're supposed to go to that physical place, when in actuality, the church is within. You see what I'm saying? The church is within you. You see what I'm saying? The Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, or basic instructions before leaving the heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Before you come out of this body, you got to get into that heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Before you leave this heart chakra, you need to go into the heart chakra and say what's up. You see what I'm saying? Before you drop this body. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You got to go within the heart chakra, which is where your soul or your divine spark resides, which is why the ancient Egyptians called it the heart soul, or the Abba. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. That's what you're seeing with that Christian metaphysics. I definitely want to touch on that. Of course, like I said, the pastor is the highest self. Did I miss anything? Yeah, like I said, the congregation, your internal forces. You see what I'm saying? Your archetypal energies, or your archetypal forces inside of you. You see what I'm saying? That's what they represent. And you know, the pastor always got fucking, you know, he got a sub pastor, and then he got deacons on the fucking on the platform, right? What does that represent? That represents your soul guardians, or spirit guides, or soul guides. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Your guardian angels and all of that. Your Jedi council. You see what I'm saying? That's all this shit is. You know, just the Jedi teachings over and over again. That's the Jedi council. Your Jedi council. And you, the guy, go into the church of your own body, of your own mind and soul, and sit with your Jedi council and receive what? Enlightenment, lessons, wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Those immortal techniques that you forgot. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here with that shit. And what do all churches have? You know, on the podium. You see what I'm saying? On the platform. They always have a doorway, and it leads to what? Water, where you get baptized. What does the water represent? It represents your subconscious mind. The waters of noon. You see what I'm saying? Which is the waters of your subconscious mind. And you do what? You get baptized in that water. You get baptized into the primordial frequencies of your subconscious and unconscious mind. And when you come back out, you resurrect again like Asa. You resurrect again like Ra after he comes out of the underworld of his own mind. This is all your shit. This is all your shit. The cross represents death. Your soul represents rebirth. Now what they missing is the Ankh. That's what they fucking everybody up with. That's also the MKO. It's supposed to be the Ankh, which represents your soul body. And then it's supposed to be the cross, which represents your physical body. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why, and Jesus is your soul, it's the divine spark itself. You see what I'm saying? And it's been crucified on what? The physical body. Because it's inside of your physical body, trapped inside of this apparatus, which we know are being fed on by what? Archons. Yaldabaoth and his goons, who are celestial vampires. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a trap. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a soul trap. You see what I'm saying? And your objective is to free your soul from this shit. You see what I'm saying? And freedom is in what? The mind. That's why it's called the sanctuary. And that's the Christian metaphysics. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. That's what's going on. And they always show you this shit. They show you the dove, which is your spirit or your life force. You see what I'm saying? Guided by your conscience. They show you all this shit, man. It's ridiculous when you really look at that shit and really like break it down to what the average man can understand. Even the musicians, the muses. You see what I'm saying? The choir. You see what I'm saying? They show you this shit. The musicians and the instruments. Is the muses. You see what I'm saying? Playing that song. What's the song? Your soul wavelength. You see what I'm saying? Which is what this shit has been about. Find your rhythm and you will be unstoppable. So, I definitely want to break down those Christian fucking metaphysics so you know the fuck you looking at. You see what I'm saying? You go into these churches and goddamn, these churches are literally suction cups. Absorbing your spiritual energy, where the archons are opening portals every Sunday to feed off your fucking body and spirit and mind and soul while you in these feeding grounds known as churches and mosques and monasteries. You see what I'm saying? Definitely had to drop that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So the music is already inside of you. You see what I'm saying? The music is already inside of you. You don't need their fucking help. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to go to a church. The church is within. You see what I'm saying? The Bible, the book of life. You see what I'm saying? The book of the heart. The book of heart wisdom, the book of the soul. You see what I'm saying? Which is what they call the book of life. You see what I'm saying? Your soul wisdom, your soul teachings. The Bible is inside of you. The Bible is not really outside of you. The Bible outside of you is a reminder that the Bible is inside of you. You see what I'm saying? They tell you what? In Luke 17, you will not find God through observance of this physical world. Luke 17 through 20. The kingdom of God is within you. They tell you that. The kingdom, the church, the temple is within you. Because this body is the temple. And what's the most important thing? What sits on the altar? Your soul. But they always give you the image of Jesus Christ. Because they like to keep this Christian shit going. But that Christian shit is based off ancient metaphysics. So it can be broken down and used against them. And since they weaponized it against you, you damn sure can weaponize it against them. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So remember, always take the time out to master that soul wisdom and your soul wavelength. With that being said, are there any questions? That pretty much hits it all. You see what I'm saying? That pretty much hits it all. You see what I'm saying? Remember, movement is life. As Hakim Islam once said. Movement is life. So listen to yourself, dance to yourself, groove to yourself, and be yourself at all times. Any questions? Green Lines Ride Like on Netflix is a movie called Other Life where they can create the images but then figure out how to bring complete life back. Yeah, that's all. That's y'all the story. They can create the images that they wanted, but they couldn't figure out how to bring them to life because they didn't have that divine spark, their original intelligence. There you go, Sandra. We vibing. So, any questions before I get up out of here? Any questions? So yeah, y'all definitely check out the Anime Soul Eater. You know, check it on out. But all right, y'all don't have no questions. You know, remember, there's always an agenda to shut down your muses. Never forget that. Never forget that. Remember that. You see what I'm saying? There's always an agenda to shut down your muses and your internal song, your internal soul wavelength. Always remember that. Cause when you ain't vibing right, then ain't nothing in the physical gonna be right. You see what I'm saying? When you ain't vibing right, ain't nothing in the physical gonna be right. You see what I'm saying? So I always remember that. Remember that your soul wavelength is the most important thing. Go within, focus on your soul here, and listen to the wavelength inside of you, and learn master that song. However you see fit in this life, whatever your skill or your art is, use it to master that song. You see what I'm saying? Express it to the highest heights in that particular career or whatever field of work you're doing to inspire and heal and regenerate the planet and yourself. So, with that being said, and the people, of course. With that being said, I'm Marvin Jones, and I'm out. Peace.